So last week we had the end of Immortal Hulk, probably one of the best Marvel comics, but just comics in general. This is a book you have to understand. Immortal Hulk was outselling a vast majority of comics in not just Marvel but DC wise. When was the last time you saw a Hulk comic outsell Batman? No, I'm serious. Like, when was the last time you saw anything outsell, like, when did you see anything outsell Batman or, Spider-Man or... Yeah, that's how good of a run it was. And it's going to be... This comic is going to be remembered as one of those major comics. Like, it's going to be up there with, like, Alan Moore's Swamp Thing or... I dare say it might be like one of those runs where it's like definitive, and there is a good argument to be had that it could be stronger than, I mean, it may be 50 issues, but it may be stronger than Peter David's Hulk run, which, even though Peter David's run was a lot longer, there's like an argument to be had, like, which was the better run, Peter David or Al Ewing. It's going to be difficult now. So, yeah. Also, I really do hope Ewing... I know he's going to be writing Venom soon, and I'm excited to see what he'll do with that. But I really do want to see what Al Ewing will do with... if he ever gets the chance to do Fantastic Four. I really want him to do a Fantastic Four book for a multitude of reasons. Because it seems like every time... not just because like he has an understanding of like mixing religion with cosmic stuff and tying it all together with continuity. He's also very good with continuity and mixing that cosmology and whatnot, but I just think he has a great voice for them whenever he gets to use them. So, can we just shoo Dan Slott off of the Fantastic Four book and let Ewing take over? Can we just shoo Slott away from the book? That waddling, SOB who's been nothing but a drain on the Here's actually, I'm going to go into a bit of a rant real quick. If you guys have Disney Plus, you guys have probably seen the episode of like exploring that Marvel. There was a Marvel documentary series, and one of them was about Dan Slott and the Marvel method, and it was so infuriating because Stan used the Marvel method and whatnot, but it's outdated. It's a very outdated style of writing, and really all it feels like is that Dan Slott is just kind of coasting, and even like he gets delayed. Like throughout that documentary, you see that like Christos Gage has to get behind, has to do all the writing for for his failed Iron Man 2020 comic, and then you had what was there? What else was there? You had basically this story, basically art, like writers have to like bend to Dan Slott's will to like describe, like basically write what he's trying to describe. It's insane. Like it's like, yeah, I get it. You're a huge fan, Dan. You're a huge fan, but you're doing a job. You're doing a job, and literally there's thousands upon thousands of writers, even within the Marvel company, that would kill to have a job that you have, and you squander it, you fat piece of shit. Sorry, I just felt like I needed to talk about that real quick, because I can't be the only one thinking Dan Slott does not deserve the kind of credit and level of leeway that he gets, because of half the writers in modern day comics pulled that shit of like delaying runs and delaying issues and just throwing it up to the artist and depending on more of a co-writer than your actual stories. What the fuck? Like, that would get you fired and blackballed in the industry so hard. And oh no, but it's fine because he's Tom Brevoort's best friend, and Jesus fucking Christ, that's a whole video in of itself. Anyway, so I've gotten away from the whole thing, but in closing, Al Ewing takes over Fantastic Four. I think he's perfect. Anyway, so we're gonna talk a bit about just like the major points of that final issue of Immortal Hulk number 50, and just basically go through all of the stuff and like where we're gonna go now. Because remember, this is the end of Ewing's run, but next month we are next month we are getting the start of a new run with Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley. So my favorite, in other words, my favorite writer and one of my growing favorite artists is going to be taking over my favorite character, my favorite Marvel character. So it's like the gods were basically like, this man who was always teetering on the brink of oblivion, give him this. There you go. So I'm really excited for Donny Cates' Hulk run. And yeah. So let's talk about this story. So it begins with the story of what looks like the origin of the Stern family, where we follow a guy named Samuel Stearns and his brother Robert, who have discovered the power of gamma radiation via a skull of the first Hulk. And yeah, it's very interesting because it's playing that whole God and Devil thing throughout the entire like intro and tying it into Gamma, which has always been like the overarching thing of Ewing's Immortal Hulk run, is that it's this tale of characters who are mixing the power of gamma radiation with with hell, which I found interesting, and making cosmic radiation more like angelic. So it's like the two radiations are like polar opposite, just like heaven and hell. And oh boy, there is stuff to talk about with heaven and hell. I really enjoyed this because this is, again, like, they've been doing some amazing stuff, like making Joe Fixit like this cosmic Hulk now. And I've always dug the character of that version of the Hulk, the Joe Fixit Hulk, aka the Gray Hulk, now the Red Hulk. I've really liked how they've played that up. And Jacqueline McGee, who is obviously a reference to Jack McGee from the original 70s show of the Hulk. I think she's been a great addition to the show. I mean, the comic, excuse me. And yeah, let's just cut to the chase, because we got to talk about the biggest thing in this comic, because so the major thing with the Hulk is that this whole story arc has been like the story of Job from the Bible, where the Hulk has just more or less had his life destroyed over and over again. And when Joe Fixit finally gets to meet the one below all, he's like, why are you doing this to me? Why is my life like a frickin' Bible story? And that's the big moment where we discover that the one below all is God's Hulk. The one above all, Marvel's version of God, has his own Hulk, and it's the Devil. So I thought that just kind of blew my mind, of making the Devil the God's Hulk. It was fascinating. Like, that was a moment where I was like, holy shit, we went there, of basically having it that God and the Devil, who have been, the polar opposite forces, and throughout, stories and, the Bible and whatnot, you basically make them one and the same. And I'm like, wow, that was a ballsy move there, Ewing. That was a straight up ballsy move you just pulled there, Ewing, and I can't fault you for that, because that's such a fascinating idea of making the Devil literally. And it's funny too, because we started this comic series focusing on the Devil Hulk, who, by the way, has kind of faded into the background. I'm wondering if Cates is going to do anything with the Devil Hulk in that series, in his upcoming comic. But yeah, there's now like it's kind of like a clean slate too, because now Bruce Banner closed the green door behind him, and now it's, he's mortal again. So if he dies, he's not coming back. Like, he's now just mortal. So no longer doing the Immortal Hulk stuff. Hulk can now just die again, but good luck with that. I really love this whole series, and I'm doing it at a disservice. I just wanted to be like, holy crap, God and the Devil are one and the same, and God basically tells Hulk, is like, you're my child, you are born of Gamma, and you shall, your whole purpose in life is to both destroy and create, much like how God and the devil play out in the Bible. Is that, God both create and destroy. So it would make sense that the Hulk would do the same. So God just basically told Hulk straight up, and he basically, that's depressing, isn't it? That Hulk just realized his whole purpose in life is your life sucks. It's like that moment with Rick and the butter robot. He's like, what? The robot, like, Hulk just says, what is my purpose? Your life sucks, and you just smash things. Oh my God! Well, welcome to yep, welcome to the club. It's literally that scene of from Rick and Morty. I just had that thought too. Like, it's literally just that scene, that the butter robot from Rick and Morty. Anyway, so I'm really excited because Donny Cates has said, like, the whole story of this new arc is the war between Hulk and Banner has been reignited because of all this, and we're going in it's going to talk about, like, what is the Hulk without Banner and what is Banner without the Hulk, which we've done before. Honestly, it's a storyline we've done before, but I'm sure Cates is going to do something different, and I've got a feeling that Brian Banner is going to be a part of this because Donny Cates' whole thing is that he really likes to talk about fathers and sons, and also I'm pretty sure Bruce Banner's going to grow a beard. It's just typical Donny Cates storytelling and whatnot. So, yeah. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of the end of the Immortal Hulk? Did you guys like it, hate it? What did you guys think of the reveal that God and the devil are literally the same person? In a weird way, that makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, are you guys excited also for Donny Cates' run? And yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick fun video talking about it. So once again, hope you all enjoyed it. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.